So, it's Quinn Dexter here. Here we are again, out by the aquariums, and in the last video, the Trident killer, which is not a problem. So we're going to just build on this Trident killer, right, and show you how you can use what's in the kit to actually collect your items, which I think is fair and was mentioned by Sid, so I'm going to do that now. Hopefully you can do it in survival mode first time round. First time I've said that, and probably maybe the last, I don't know. So let's have a go. In the sorry, Mr. Sea Turtle. In the inventory, this is what's in the kit. So the 9 spaces. So we've got 4 observers, 4 pistons, 1 lever, 2 hoppers. We have 1 rail, 4 powered rails, 1 minecart with hopper, Trident, any durability is fine, and a chest. And then I've got some, because I'm in survival, I've got some extra tools here and some building blocks. Mileage will vary depending on what your design looks like. I'm just going to use some stone bricks and obviously something to kill, which is why we're here. So, I guess anywhere around here is fine. I'm going to start with the chest, but you may not want to. Depending on where your kill chamber is, you may wish to just put the chest in afterwards, but in survival mode, for me, that's going to be easier. So there's the chest, that's where our items are going to drop, and I'm going to shift click and place 1 hopper and 2 hoppers into the chest. This hopper will be covered by blocks. This one is going to be part of the 2x2 kill chamber, so when the Trident's running around, it's going to push stuff into a hopper minecart, which will flow into this hopper, and that hopper into the chest. So that gives us where we're going to be placing our first building blocks. So as I said, this is going to be our 2x2, so we just build up 1, 2, 3, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Right, great. Then the next job is you can actually fill in over the top of this. So we have 1 there, and 2 there to cover it in, and you can fill in these 3 blocks around where that hopper is. Next thing to do is take the 1 rail, shift click to place it on there, place in, again, I'm holding down shift, you need to place your hopper minecart. Now when you place blocks over a hopper minecart, when it's on a rail, it will still suck through an entire solid block. Make sure you're using solid blocks on this level, because when we go to put the Trident killer in, if you're using glass blocks, your observers won't pass a signal through the powered rails. We'll get onto that in a second. So next up, you have your level of any solid blocks. There we go. And as an example, if I was going to throw one of these onto there, you can see it immediately disappears and it's in your chest. So I'll just now I need to put her up. Buckle. Lovely. So now we get on to placing our pistons, and you can place it here or here, like clockwise, anti-clockwise, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna put 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. So we've always got 2 blocks between each of the pistons. And the next thing you're going to want to do is place your observers. So I'm going to just take my fancy pick and to break the block next to each of the pistons, but I'm going to do it 1 at a time. So the first one there, and then I'm going to take my observer and I am going to place it facing into the piston. And then I'm going to do the same for the next one, facing it into the piston. Make sure the arrow is pointing into the piston. Break that block. That's not right. This little butthole is pointing up. back off if you need to. Right, that's pointing in. Next one should be okay. So now we've got all 4 observers pointing into each of the pistons, and we are going to break and place each of the blocks next to the observers, and you can hear the what are they called? You can hear the pistons firing, right? So for each one, place your powered rail where you're breaking the block, and on the last one, you might as well get yourself out of the danger zone, and it should start going crazy. Right, good. So that's it. And then when you're below it, you can just start placing in your solid blocks to actually cover in that top layer, which is 1, 2, 3, your 4th layer with solid blocks. And once you've done that, you can place a lever. It's super loud. You can place your lever on any of those solid blocks to actually turn it off. Oh, wrong block. Sorry. Okay. You might as well place it where your chest is going to be. That makes sense, right? And if you wanted to change your blocks underneath for something where you could AFK, or you can AFK, as long as you're pressed up against this, you should get the XP out as well if you are building it for an XP farm. Right, let me just parkour. I'm going to place one of those tridents in there. Then I'm actually going to use some glass to create a little bit of a fun zone. One thing to note, that if you are actually creating a trident killer for anything larger than like your standard skelly or zombie, you are going to want to build these out in solid blocks by 1 or 2 all the way around your kill chamber down to the level of the pistons, because otherwise, as I tried with sea turtles earlier, those guys can escape. They'll get pushed straight out of the side of a block, and the last thing you want is a Ravager wandering around while you are trying to AFK somewhere. So let's throw some of these guys in. Where are they? Why have they not? This is a spawn zombie. Why am I? Why are they not spawning? Oh, because I'm in peaceful mode. That's why. Let me just change that. Stick it on hard. Let's go back up. My bad. Well, I don't like being killed by zombies while I'm trying to trying to build things in creative. But this should work now. There we go. 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 Hey buddies. Hey buddies. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? You having a good time? Always a little party for 12. And now we can turn our Trident Killer on. Check our chest. Rotten flesh. I mean, it's super fast. It sounds super fast. Leather tunic. I know what I want to do. Oh yeah. So, I would say that is a roaring success. Although it's really loud, it is actually super fast. Turn it off. Check our proceeds. 17 rotten flesh. That is worth 20 diamonds for a Trident Killer kit. Just add blocks. And if you're going to build this up in the sky, good luck to you guys. Quindexter out.